Hey there! In today's video I'm going to show you step by step how to sew an apron. This video goes hand in hand with a detailed PDF guide and pattern which you can download from the link in the description. You can sew the apron in 6 sizes, 4 children's sizes and 2 adult sizes. There are many different fabrics that work well for this project. Natural fabrics are the best choice. I recommend using linen. The pattern layout plan shows how to pin the pattern pieces to the fabric. In addition to the printed pattern pieces, you will need to cut out some rectangular elements directly from the fabric. The exact dimensions and quantities for each size are listed in the instruction file and also in the pattern files. Today I will be sewing the apron in the size for a 3 to 6 year old child. Start by evening out the edge of your fabric. Using a measuring tape and a marker, draw rectangles with the specified dimensions and cut them out. This will form the center and sides of the apron skirt. The amount of fabric needed for each size is also provided in the instruction guide. Cutting the fabric straps. All pieces come with a 1 cm seam allowance. Pin the pattern pieces to the fabric. Make sure the arrow on each pattern aligns with the fabric's straight grain. Cutting the waistband pieces. You can either trace around the patterns with chalk, marker or cut them out directly. Cutting pocket A. Cutting pocket B. Cutting the top part of the apron. If you're using fabric that wrinkles easily, I recommend ironing all cut pieces before you start sewing. Let's start sewing with pocket B. Mark the fold line on the cut piece. Then fold the fabric along that line. Roll up the top edge and sew across the top of pocket B. Mark the fold line on the top part as well. Fold the sides of the top part twice and sew close to the edge. Repeat on both sides. Fold the fabric along the fold line, roll up the edge and sew. Use the paper pattern to determine where to attach pocket B on the top part. Pin the pocket in place, wrong side of the pocket to the right side of the top part. Fold under the pocket edges and sew close to the edge. Then sew the pocket again, 1 cm from the previous seam. Iron the top part. Now prepare the 3 waistband pieces. Place 2 short ends right side together and sew. Do the same for the next waistband section. Iron the seams flat. Mark the fold line on the cut piece of pocket A. Fold the fabric along the fold line. Roll up the edge and sew across the top of pocket A. Repeat the same for the second pocket A. Iron the seams. Now attach the waistband to the top part of the apron. Mark the center of the top part and the center of the waistband with a pin. Position the top part between the waistband sections, making sure it's centered, and pin it in place. Sew along the edge of the waistband. Now, let's prepare the skirt of the apron. Mark the center of the center skirt panel with a pin. Sew pocket A to the center skirt panel. Place pockets a few centimeters from the side and top edges. The placement can be flexible. I chose 8 centimeters from the top and 8 centimeters from the side. Pin the pockets in place. Fold the side and bottom edges of the pockets and sew them. Then sew again, 1 centimeter from the previous seam. Repeat for the second pocket. To sew the skirt, I'll use a French seam. Place the center panel and side panel wrong side together and sew along the edge. This way, you won't need an overlock or zigzag stitch. Iron the seam. Next, fold the fabric right side together and press the seam again. Sew 1.5 centimeters from the edge. Repeat for the other side panel. Iron the seam. Fold the side edges of the skirt over twice and sew close to the edge. Fold up the bottom edge about 5 cm and sew. Iron the seam. Now I'll show you my method for gathering the skirt. First, find the center of the back waistband piece and mark it with a pin. Then, divide each half of the waistband again in half and repeat once more. This gives you 8 equal sections of the waistband. Do the same on the top edge of the skirt. Divide it into 8 equal sections. The next step is matching each section of the waistband to the corresponding section of the skirt. I used color-coded pins on both the waistband and skirt to make it easier to follow. This helps determine how much fabric in each section needs to be gathered to match the waistband. Join the waistband to the skirt. I gather the fabric directly while sewing, but beginners might find it easier to baste the skirt first and then sew with the machine. Fold the upper edge of the waistband inward and sew, including the ends. Then iron all the seams. Next, we sew the straps. Fold the strap rectangle in half, right sides together. Sew along the short edge and about 8 cm along the long edge. Trim the corners of the fabric, being careful not to cut the stitches. Turn the strap right side out. Pin the remaining open edges together. On the right side, sew along the short and long edges of the strap. Repeat for the second strap. Iron the seam. Fold the unfinished part of the strap under and pin each strap to the top of the apron on the wrong side. Sew the straps in place. On each strap, mark the length of the buttonhole on the fabric, equal to the diameter of the button. The exact placement for each size is provided in the instruction file. You can use a buttonhole foot if you have one. I prefer using it, as the machine automatically adjusts the width and length of the stitch. If you don't have a buttonhole foot, you can sew the buttonhole with a zigzag stitch. Start on the left side using a narrow zigzag stitch with a short length. Sew down to the mark for the bottom bar tack. Set the stitch length to the 0 and width to the maximum to make the bar tack. To sew the right side, switch back to narrow zigzag and sew back up to the top mark. Again, set the length to the 0 and the width to maximum to create the top bar tack. Finally, cut open the buttonhole carefully, without cutting the threads. The last step is sewing the buttons onto the waistband by hand. The buttons should be placed 3 to 5 cm from the end of the center waistband piece, depending on the size. And that's it! You've just made your very own apron, all handmade by you. If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like, subscribe and check out the description below for the pattern and instructions. See you soon!